Everyone keeps saying, wow, I've got hundreds of mentors because you've read a lot of books. Well, the misconception is understanding what a mentor actually is. A mentor is someone that you probably actually know or have met or have constant contact with, where you can actually see what they're doing. So I'm just going to make a coffee here, guys. I just woke up, and the first thing I do is help make a video for you guys. A mentor is someone that you actually know. Like, a mentor is someone who can show you how it's actually done, and you can see how they actually think in an exact, specific moment. Now, what's a role model? A role model is someone that you haven't met, that you look up to, and you try to replicate what they do. Here's the biggest issue everyone has when they try to follow role models instead of getting real mentors. The problem that they have is that no matter how much they follow the role model, no matter how much information they get about how to change their life, no matter what the role model says, for example, Tony Robbins or even Gary Vee or anyone. I think Gary Vee does a really good job of showing you how he does it, but you're still not there. The problem you're going to have is that you don't know what it actually looks like in the real world when they demonstrate these concepts. So Tony Robbins will say something like, when you're under a tough situation, it's all about the way you think, not the situation. Okay, but what does that actually look like? What does Tony Robbins actually look like in that situation? How does he handle a tough situation? Like, oh, you need to see it. Because the problem you're going to have if you keep following too many role models and not having real mentors is that you can't replicate what they are actually achieving because you can't see how it actually works in the real world. As much as you get the information, as much as you read the books, it's not the same thing. In the latest episode of the Ask Gary Vee show, even Gary Vee's, episode 205, even Gary Vee said that India learned more in 3 weeks looking at his inbox than she did consuming his content and even watching all the shows, doing the shows with him. Because when you're with a mentor, you can see how it's actually done. This is how my life was able to change when I got working with Simply Shredded and I became the managing partner and I learned all the social media. Is that, wow, I saw behind the scenes how everything works. I saw what it means to send out an email list. I saw what it means to engage with your customers. I saw what it actually looks like when a CEO wakes up out of bed and presses a button on the email list and makes money. I saw it. I've seen how it works. So this is why when I give you advice and I provide you the mentoring, because I'm actually talking to you every single day, is that you can see how it actually works. For example, Tony, right? Tony Huynh, right? He's a Vietnamese guy. He's been working for me now, writing on my articles. He didn't realize the difference between uploading a YouTube video that clicks out versus uploading a native content video for Facebook. He thought it was the exact same thing, but it actually wasn't. People, if they're forced to click out of the program, out of the website that they're on, will more likely ignore it. I know this because I've seen it in the real world. I was on the bus yesterday while I was meeting up with a business partner before I came back home to do work for you guys. Is that I literally saw people how they scroll down their screen, and I think about it, and I use what I call common sense, which is, well, what about me? How often do I click out of a YouTube video? How often do I click a random person's video and watch it, unless it's already playing? Because the more effort that you have to make people do, the less likely they're going to do it. So what I learned, being mentored by a real social media expert, by a real business expert, is that I saw how it works in the real world, not my self-conceived conception of how it works. Because a lot of you guys are like, I work 18 hours a day, I hustle. And then I look at what you guys do. Like, it's not actually hustle in business terms. You're doing a lot of personal development, but I'm not seeing you write an article for 3 hours. I'm not seeing you biz debbing for 2 hours. I'm not seeing you actually do things that are business-wise. You're doing things that are based on your personal development, which will fuel your success, but that's just personal development. Like, you've got to actually do the hustle that you talk about. And if you're only doing it based on second-hand references by looking at how people explain it in books, even watching my videos is not enough. If you wanted to learn from me, you have to be with me. Like, the best way to learn from me is to stand next to me and watch me edit a video. You will see, you will get the in-depth conception of how it actually works. So guys, let's sum that up. There's a difference between having a role model and having a mentor, and I'll explain to you the final takeaway. A mentor will do more for your life than a role model ever can. If you read Bill Gates' books, if you watched all of his seminars, that's great, right? But if you hung out with a guy who makes $400,000 a year online and you hung out with him every day, he will do more for you than Bill Gates. Because you're not there with Bill Gates. You can't see how it's done. You can't see how Bill Gates actually thinks in an exact moment. You can't see how they think differently than you. Because mindset really is the difference between people, but actionable mindset is the difference between people. My advice you will rarely find anywhere else because mine comes from real world experience. My advice I've gotten through real world experience. I've created blogs, I've created online stores, I've made sales, I've made fan pages up to 2 million in size. I've engaged with millions of people online. I'm building a new fan page right now, a new blog that's growing every single day. I'm coaching 20, 30, 40 people a bloody week. Like, I am actually doing these things. And the people who get direct contact with me learn exactly how I think and how I do it. So guys, I promise you this. If you actually get real mentors, people that you know, people that you can get contact with, and preferably they're ahead of the game in you, they're about 10 years more experienced than you, they're a bit older than you, and they are patient enough to explain things to you and ask you the right questions to help you grow. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I haven't even sipped my coffee yet. Let's have a sip, guys. Come on, I deserve one sip at least, please. Okay. Woo! It's hot. But yeah, so my schedule for today is gym, content, engage, failed, fulfillment and orders, and it's going to be a good day. And I got more videos I'm going to shoot today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video.